Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm going to be breaking down Takeru's comeback victory over Tanasen at one Friday Fights 81. So let's get into it. So Takeru can't jab from here, he's too far away. So he takes just a couple small, subtle steps, just creeping into the range slowly until he can effectively land his jab, which he does on Tanasen. Tanasen catches it on the forehead, as he does with pretty much every single strike. Tan leaps into range. He doesn't just throw the left hook, still he, jumps into it, lunging forward. And he catches Takeru pretty clean, as he doesn't, expect he can be hit from that range. So he lands the left hook, and then as Takeru is, again backing up, he lands the low kick, as, a lot of people have seen his fight with Superleg. Superleg battered him with low kicks, so he's using those weapons. Takeru also commits to his own low kicks in the fight, but they're a bit different. He's one of the few people in kickboxing or Muay Thai, just pure striking, that heavily commits to the calf. Now we see strikers that go from kickboxing to MMA adopt the calf kick, but not in their original discipline. Takeru is one of those few people, and he has quite a lot of success with it because Tanasen's very, very front foot heavy. Here we see Tanasen go for a jab, which does sort of, glance Takeru. Takeru goes for his own right hand, which also, sort of glances, but then Takeru again changed that into a left hook, which lands pretty flush. Takeru uses this a lot throughout the fight, especially in the second round and in the finishing sequence. Tanasen had a lot of success with blitzing, and he tried a lot of different blitzing combinations. Here we see him go for, a left jab, leaping in to like a right hook, and we see Takeru back step out, and we see that he's not really engaged. He's not really picking his hands up. He thinks the combination is over, which right now it is. But now Tanasen stands very square. He doesn't move his feet a lot, and he's almost like kind of hunched over, right? He's very standstill, and he's very brick wall. So Takeru, using one of his best weapons, flicks in a right teep or a right push kick or a front kick, if you will, to the body. And when Takeru throws his front kicks, it's not like a Muay Thai when they're to push the opponent back or create space. He's stabbing with them. It's like a strike. It's intended to cause damage. And you see him land it here beautifully. Tanasen then tries another blitzing combination. This time he leads with the right uppercut and goes into a left hand. However, the left hand's he doesn't get good turn on it. It's more of a straight. It doesn't really come out properly, and he doesn't cover a lot of distance, and Takeru blocks it and frames out with his hands, which was very nice. Since Tanasen is a bit of a brick wall, he doesn't really move out of the way, and he punches. Takeru is able to land a nice right hand and then a jab. Then following that, Takeru jabs, timing Tanasen's low kick, landing clean, and landing a good right hand after that, timed perfectly as one. He's timing it when Tanasen low kicks, and when Tanasen does anything, he's very squared, makes him an easier target to hit, especially with straight punches. Takeru then goes back to the low kick, which lands really well. Again, we see Tanasen leap into this left hook. Takeru again moves back, frames his arm out, and puts his right hand up, working very well for him. Tanasen repeats a similar combination, but this time he goes left hand, right hook. He waits a second. Takeru starts backing up, thinking the exchange is done. Then Tanasen again leaps in with the left hook, lands picture perfect on Takeru's chin, drops him clean. Luckily, Takeru did get up for the 8 count, but still very impressive nonetheless from Tanasen. Tanasen tries to get aggressive as he's just knocked down Takeru. However, he leaps in from too close of range, and Takeru doesn't move back. Instead, he sits down, lands a right hand, and then a very clean left hook on Tanasen. Very impressive. He's starting to get his boxing going now. Takeru starts going back to the front kick, stabbing Tanasen with, his left foot. but getting Tanasen to hunch over, as these front kicks hurt a lot. He even hurt super leg with these. He then starts going for round kicks almost to the arms, not to try and land like on the body or damage him, but to start bringing his guard more outwards to make it easier for the front kicks to land. We see this in, full effect, where Takeru goes for a right front kick to the body, Tanasen hunches over, and Takeru is then also able to land a nice right hand, as Tanasen is almost frozen. Here we see just a really nice check from Takeru. Tanasen goes for a low kick, Takeru times it perfectly and checks it. Takeru goes back to the round kicks, one left one, and then he actually does land a right round kick to the body, lands pretty well, just to again bring the guard out. Right after this, Tanasen begins, flapping gums, sticking out his tongue at Takeru, and he does this a lot during the fight, during exchanges. Takeru, however, does not give a damn and just hits him with a nice left hook. Tanasen did this a lot in the fight. He constantly cheered every single thing that happened, and it was just unnecessary, and it did get him caught here. Again, Tanasen tries to blitz into range, however, Takeru stands his ground, right hook, left hook, lands clean. Takeru's success in the boxing is allowing him to have more success with the front kicks to the body, as the boxing brings the hands up, brings them away from the body, and this works in contrast to, his success with body kicks, allowing him to have more success with his boxing, as it brings the hands down, opens up punches to the head. Takeru again lands a nice front kick, which hurts Tanasen to the body. Tanasen tries to counter, throw a left straight. Takeru ducks under it, right hand, left hook, clean. Body shots are working into the boxing into the body shots. Tanasen goes for another left straight, however, Takeru times it, front kick to the body, picture perfect. Since Tanasen is so hurt from these body shots, he's beginning to hunch over and drop his guard, a very, very concerning amount. So Takeru begins throwing knees both to the body and head as well. Again, Takeru times Tanasen's punch by, throwing a front kick to the body, landing perfectly, but then he lifts his leg to feint the front kick, gets Tanasen to almost try and catch it, and then steps in with a knee to the body. Excellent stuff. Takeru was just now bullying him with these front kicks, just stabbing him in the guts. Left front kicks, right front kicks, and all Tanasen can do is just look at the ground and just crunch. Tanasen tries to put out some offense back just to get Takeru away from him. He throws a left high kick. Takeru blocks it, lands a nice right hand down the middle, gets Tanasen to lower down, comes up with a knee up the middle. Perfect stuff. Then he simply goes back to, front kicking into the body. Just rinsing and repeating a successful strategy. And it's this front kick here that finally does force Tanasen to take a knee. Now, there's nothing particularly, special about this front kick compared to the other ones. It's just a slow, steady build-up of just consistently just punting, getting punted in the body over and over and over and again. And eventually, you're going to go down to one of them, no matter how, good your chin is or how tough you are. Body shots do work, and they work really well. Now, Tanasen does actually get up for the 8 count, and this, credit to him, he did show a lot of heart, and he was extremely tough in this fight, but it didn't matter. Now, since Tanasen was just, dropped from a body shot, he's going to be very hunched over, and he's essentially looking at the floor, so Takeru just shoves his knee in his face, lands a clean right hand, lands a clean left hook as he's trying to throw back. Now, this isn't what drops him. He lands this great left hook, and then cocks it back and lands another shorter one, and that's what, puts away Tanasen. He does not get up for the count. Fair enough. He was done after the first knockdown, but again, extremely impressive performance from Takeru. Pretty sure we know which fights next. I think a fight against Rod Tang would be really, really, really intriguing, and I think it's the next natural progression of things because Superlek is fighting Nico Carrillo, and then we have Nabila Nain coming up in the bantamweight division of Muay Thai. So I think in terms of interesting opponents for Rod Tang, I think Takeru is very much up there, and I do think it could be an interesting fight. And despite getting knocked down in the first round, Takeru essentially dominated every other second of this fight with just really good boxing and excellent front kicks, and it was really enjoyable to watch. So I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown, and enjoy the rest of your night, your day, whatever time you're in. Just enjoy it.